When my wife got mad at me in the early days of my marriage, I felt exactly the same way as I did when I was a kid and my mom got mad at me. This is called an emotional flashback. What was happening is that my brain was attaching the same significance to my wife's anger as it attached to my mom's anger when I was a kid. The thing is that that kind of significance is no longer appropriate because my wife doesn't pose any threat to me as a grown adult, but my mom did pose a threat to me as a person who is much larger and more powerful than I was when I was a little boy. And so it was appropriate for me to panic when I was a little boy and my mom was angry, but it's not appropriate for me to panic when my wife's angry because I'm going to be okay. Now, my wife is lovely and she doesn't get mad at me anymore, but if she did, I would know that the emotional response I was having would probably have a lot to do with my childhood because my brain still has these memories from childhood that feel super important to me when I was in the situation where I needed my mom to like me, and if she didn't like me, I was kind of worried about my survival because I depended on her for survival. Whereas I don't depend on my wife for survival, and I love that she doesn't get mad at me, but even if she did, I would be okay because I could take care of myself. So the appropriate emotional response for me as an adult is more, I'm curious about why you're mad at me instead of, I'm afraid I'm going to die. Because as an adult, I'm not going to die. I'm going to be okay. Whereas when I was a kid, it was a much more serious situation.